Welcome to B-tch What?
With Montgomery.
Let's hope for the best in 2023, you guys.
Yeah, yes, we
Some
had.
people may had a good year, some people may had a bad year. Overall, as the world turns, wasn't overall a good year. So hopefully it'll be better.
We
Speaking into existence.
it came with its challenges, right? And it started before 2022. We had COVID, then we got the
Woo,
monkeypox, and then war,
monkeypox.
monkeypox, yes, war. I mean, just in a short period of time, relatively, we've dealt with a lot as a country, as a society, just a lot. So we're hoping to bring a little bit of motivation and self-improvement and personal growth in our podcast today.
Absolutely.
So,
One thing I will say positive though about 2022 is I've seen more people uniting together than I've ever seen before. And I hope that continues in 2023, especially for us Black women, us women of color. I mean, all women, okay, all women. I'm not going to exclude certain people, but we, us women, really need to motivate each other, be there for each other, you know, put out certain elevational tools to just develop us as women in whole. Like I think we should really be there for each other because once we unite together as one and we can grow, there's no stopping us.
right. And I just think overall, yes, as a people, as human beings, we all need that. I think we're all trying to be better in some way. But what does that look like, right? What does being
Right.
better look like? And
Right.
everybody, it's going to be different, better husband, better wife, better brother, sister, better parent. We're all striving to be our best, right? Nobody wakes up every day and is like, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to be my best today. Whether you think about it consciously or you don't, we all want to be our best. But what does that look like and how do we get there? And I think what we're going to talk about today may help some people. Some people, I think, may look at it as, yeah, New Year's resolution. It could be, for some people, it very well could be a New Year's resolution. I just look at self improvement and personal growth. That's something that can be done every day, right? You don't have
Right. That was
to the end of the year or the beginning of the year, right? If we're all striving
it
to
should
be
be
the best
continuous.
we can be, right.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. I
um,
think too when people say New Year's resolution, I think that's kind of like a it's kind of like a tool or trying to a drive to make them do it, trying to push themselves to do this for this year. Oh, I got a New Year's resolution, so that's what's going to make me push to do it. Just because you put a New Year's resolution on it don't mean that you're going to complete your goals. Your goals need to be continuous. They got to continue by year by year by year. Each year should not be what makes you want to do better. You should want to
right,
do better all time. So,
right,
but again,
yeah,
yeah, like what does that look like? Rather, I hear a lot of women say, especially nowadays, like, oh, I'm in my bag. You know what I'm saying? I just want to elevate and be successful. I want to take care of my kids. I want my kids not to have to, struggle the way that I did. I hear a lot of women nowadays talk about just them alone with no man being part of their growth. I think sometimes men can be a distraction, and sometimes you do have to take time out for yourself to grow. And it may not necessarily be the man, it just may need to be you just eliminating those other things that will distract you, right?
and
So,
yeah. They're called blind spots. We all have blind spots. But why is self improvement so important? And it's important because it's the only way that we can achieve new goals, right? So you won't achieve your goal that you previously had by staying the same. So self improvement is about always elevating
Right.
and making a conscious effort to improve yourself in any way is positive, right? And it affects every aspect of your life. So self improvement, whatever your self improvement is important, right? And it's relevant to you as a person, you as an individual, and what you're trying to achieve, along with personal growth. So you got self improvement, you got personal growth. Both of them kind of intertwine and are important. And when you got like a growth mindset, so we all should be having a growth mindset. Our growth mindset came in partly with this podcast, right? And you had the idea of doing the podcast, and after saying, hey, Montgomery, we need to do a podcast, like, a few times, then I was like, let's do a podcast. Yes.
Let, this is in combination of what she's saying and saying that, I reached out to her about the podcast growth and everything. And today she ripped me a new asshole because we were supposed to actually be recording at a certain time. And she was like, you know what? I've been calling you. Are we in this together? Because we need to be on the same page. This is about growth of our podcast. And if you ain't on time, I said, I can't. Okay. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. But
It's
no,
a
see,
journey. It's a
but
journey.
but listen, I respect it to the utmost because you need people to be in your corner to set you straight sometimes. Because sometimes you could be in a mental state where you can't push yourself or you're not realizing the things that you're doing are affecting the other one. And you need to be brought back to reality. Like, hey, shape up. The time is now. And if we're doing this, there is no time for procrastination. And that goes along with your entire life. You cannot procrastinate. Your dreams aren't going to wait for you because time waits for no one. It keeps going. People will pass you by if you're not elevating. If you're not growing, a person who is growing in their life is not going to sit there and wait for you, your light bulb to be like, ding, okay, now I'm months down the line. Now I realize where I should have been. No, doors open at a particular time. And once they open and they're closed, it's over.
Right.
So
And
I
yeah,
appreciate you, Montgomery, for that.
and I am the queen
Harpoon.
of procrastination. I will be the first to admit it. I am a procrastinator. Unfortunately, been that way forever. I do get things done. So if I have goals or a timeline that I'm supposed to be on, I'm going to hit it. Now, hitting it and not having my own frustration because I procrastinated and waited till the last minute. And then I'm frustrated because I feel like I'm rushing and I hate to rush. That's one thing. So, yeah, I'm the queen of procrastination. And so that is a self improvement and a personal growth for myself. My journey coming down here to Texas was, there are things that I want to be better at about myself. And coming to Texas, it was kind of like, okay, this is a time, it's a new start. You're in a whole different state. Not necessarily reinventing myself, but kind of reinventing myself in the aspect of there's certain things that I need to work on. One of those things is the procrastination, being on top of stuff. We are in a process of building a brand. So in building a brand, not just this project, but other projects that we may be doing solo, right? So it's getting that mindset. I can't procrastinate. If
Right.
there's a timeline, have to be on it. And so it's a lesson for myself as well. The other thing of self-improvement for me was health. So mental health is super, super important, as well as physical health. And for myself, that physical health is something that I really, really wanted to focus on. I used to, many, many moons ago, used to be a kickboxer, and I loved it. I loved it. I competed. I was doing my thing. Well, that was a while ago. And so kids, food, life. Sometimes what you had physically is no. I'm in the gym, and Satarra knows. She'll call me like, "Girl, what you doing?" Gym. I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym faithfully now. Trying to get them cuts back in my arm, get the abs the way I want them, all that stuff. Meant that physical health. So that is part of my personal growth and self improvement. So everybody wants to be the best version of themselves in all aspects. And sometimes people don't know where to start, right? That can be the challenging part, right? You can defeat yourself before you even get started because it's like I don't even know where to start, and what does this look like, and what does this mean? The one thing I'll say with personal growth and it being important, and there are studies on this, and say everybody can Google if you'd like, or just take my word, okay? Just go with what I say. But having that growth mindset, it makes you more mentally resilient in life. I think
Discipline. Whew.
mental resilience is something I think our society is lacking. We have so many people out here now that take little things and they can't deal with things. And the one thing that I told my kids growing up, life has no obligations to you. Life does not owe you anything, right?
And it
So
will
life
show you every time it gets a chance.
it every time. So it doesn't care, and when they say life is what you make it, it really is. But
Is
along with that, you're going to have peaks and valleys and up and down. How do you pivot? How do you
right.
pivot? Do you know how to pivot when you had a plan and it didn't work out? Do you have a meltdown, or can your mental resiliency
Pick you
go,
up and
okay,
get back
I
on
got
track.
this.
Mm-hmm.
I got this. I mean,
Yep.
our podcast is a good example of that. When all this started, everything sounded good. The words sounded good.
It
Everything.
sounded good.
But when you settle down and we got to put this now in motion, there is a lot of pieces to this that we didn't think about.
Never know. You would think that everything would be smooth sailing, and it's not.
It's
It's
not.
like one component needs to be connected to the other, or else this doesn't work. Like it's just, and then two individual bodies in two different separate areas. Also, with the technology of us learning everything together, this is definitely has been an eye opener. Like, and we're learning, and we're still learning. Like, I think everything right now is looking good, but when we get really into it, we really gonna be showing our ass. Excuse my language, but we are because whew, the work we put behind this baby. This is our baby for real. It's like changing doo doo diapers. Like
So,
what is that?
right.
Why it come out like this?
But so with self-improvement and personal growth, a couple things I would say is expect to accomplish or achieve. You have to you have to expect it. You have to know whatever you're going to put forth, whatever your goal is, you have to see it. You have to visualize it. Visualization is everything, right?
It's key.
You
It's
can't,
key.
there are going to be bumps in the road, but if you visualize it and you want to achieve it, you have to see it, right?
And you got
So
to believe in yourself because if
you
you don't
have,
believe in yourself,
who else
who else
is?
is?
Exactly. I mean, how many celebrities, whether it's a singer or an actor or whatever, talked about their journey to get to their plateau where they want it to be. It wasn't
Like
easy.
Jim
It wasn't
Carrey, he was a
really
bum.
right. You have to put in the work and you have to stick with it. And you're going to have haters, you're going to have doubters, whatever your goal is. It's about you. It's not about the next person and their opinions. And you can't. There's so many people who are successful, whatever you feel like success is. It doesn't have to be a celebrity. It could be somebody that you personally know in your family or what have you, or a friend who is successful, who is getting to success. And it wasn't easy, but they had to stick with it. So expect to accomplish or achieve. You have to expect it. So that is a big thing. I also feel like writing down your goals, right? Visualization is everything. Writing it down. I don't know how many people
That's
journal.
important.
I journal. Do you journal, Satar?
I do. I'm off and on with it, but I think being more consistent helps because that way, if you write things down and you take steps and complete those things that you've written down, that visual again that Montgomery was talking about, you see that you make those steps. See, if you don't write them down, or if you're expecting all these things that you may have written down to happen all at once, it's not going to happen. But it's so important to see the steps that you did complete. So write down your goals step by step by step and cross them off and you will see your progress.
Yeah,
I
have an
didn't
act,
take my own darn because I don't write everything down, okay?
have
So
an
I'm being
action.
a hypocrite, but
Right,
I
right.
know there's truth
This
behind what I'm
year
saying
of
too.
growth. This is the year of growth. That's what I'm calling my journey. It is my year of growth. But having that action
Elevation.
plan, I write, I journal all the time, and I probably have journals for everything. Satara knows I'm big into crystals and I'm into positive energy and the energy that crystals give off. I journal about that. I have a journal for that. So journaling and seeing your journey, right? Written down. It's a journey that you're traveling. It's a path that you are creating and you are traveling down it yourself. So definitely write them down.
And we would like to know too, in 2023, your goals or what goals you had in 2022 that are continuing into 2023 and what you've learned and what maybe you can tell us that can help us out in our journey in developing our podcast or us as individuals, just period. Maybe you have some encouraging words that we may need to hear. Let us know.
Definitely, definitely. Affirmations. I'm really, really into them. I'm not consistent with them. I'm trying to be better, but positive affirmation. One of my best friends, she will write on her mirror in her bathroom an affirmation. So when she walks in there, she sees that. And affirmations can get you up out of the bed every day. They can kickstart your day. They're kind of like when someone goes to the gym every morning and they faithfully go to the gym every morning and they go and they work out, they come home, they drink their protein shake. Now I'm ready for the day. Affirmations, positive affirmations can do the same thing. That whatever your affirmation is that stirs you, that gets you going, write that down. Write that somewhere where you can see it. Like, I'm a queen every day. I'm a bad beep every day. Whatever it is. I am worthy. I am you. Whether you write it on a mirror, write it in a journal. Those positive affirmations that you give yourself, because ain't no better cheerleader than you for you. I am my best cheerleader. You can also be your worst enemy, right? So choose the latter. Choose to be your own cheerleader. Motivate yourself. There are so many tools and so many things out there that can be used to motivate yourself and keep
Yes.
pushing you to that goal that you've created for yourself.
And also been around a lot of people. And honestly, it also could be about the energy that you keep around you. So if you have people who are negative or people who aren't elevating, people who are just being stagnant, they actually will have you in that same state of mind because you're around them a lot. And then you'll start taking on the thought, oh well, it's because of them that I am the way. No one can ever make who you are. You are who you are based on you. Can nobody change you? Now, you at that point need to change your environment. And once you get those negative people out of your circle, you will see a change within yourself. it's crazy how your environment can control your energy
Mm.
because all that negative energy that's in your
I have
environment is
crystals.
stuck.
I have
Yeah.
crystals.
So you got to pay attention to the company that you keep. That's a true statement.
Hmm. And that goes into what we had talked about before, finding your blind spots, right? Blind spots are those things that are going to take away and distract you from your goal. So it helps to figure out what your blind spots are and what you
Hmm.
can do to eliminate as many of those as you can so
Absolutely.
that you can continue moving forward in your self improvement journey, in your personal growth journey. Remove those blind spots. That's huge. Identifying them, and identifying a blind spot can sometimes be tricky. Sometimes it's obvious, but blind spots a lot of times require us to be introspective of ourselves, because sometimes those blind spots are within us, right? That self doubt. And then I'm all about root cause. So getting to the root cause. So if you have self doubt about yourself, where's the why behind it? Why? Get to the root cause of that. Figure that, be introspective of yourself and figure yourself out. Sometimes it's a hard thing to do because I think we as humans, as people, we feel like we know. You probably feel like I know Satarra. And I'm like, I know Montgomery. That's natural, right? Because we live in these bodies and these vessels every day. We know what's going on in our head. Some of y'all may not know. I'm just going to keep it real. Some may not know. But for the most part,
A lot.
we do. But at the same time, we as human beings, we're like big old diamonds. We are multifaceted. So there are so many sides to us, right? So figuring out, taking that time to on this journey of self-improvement and personal growth, figuring out some things about yourself also are going to help in that journey, right? Like I
Mhm.
know I'm a procrastinator. So
Right.
identifying that and figuring out when those times come up when I want to procrastinate, what can I do? Where can I steer myself so I'm not doing that and I'm getting to my goal?
I know that I had to, because I know I am a procrastinator, but I had to, my thing that I love to do was to go out. Not with
And
no friends. Like when I was in living in Minnesota, like I would be out literally every day in the bar.
what? You're not a homebody? I guess we talk about
I,
that
I
on
am
another
now. I am now.
podcast.
So see, this is the journey that I went on. So this is just little small stuff that I needed to take out of my life. So, but when I came here, and I was living with a relative of mine, and we were going out quite often. So I was staying there to get my things together because I'm starting over new here in Texas. So I still was going out. So I still had that same mindset, going out, going out. So I was at the point where there were certain events that took place that I had to gather my thoughts and be like, hey, things are changing. Time to make a change. And I
Mm.
used to drink all the time too. Like, I used to have a bottle a lot. Yes, yes, don't call me no alcoholic. Don't you come for me unless I send for you.
Don't come for her. She said
Okay.
she used to
I've
drink.
been
She
I've
said she
been
got
through
drunk.
I've been through a lot in my life, and I'm glad of where I'm at because with my strong will, I could have been in a worse place than what I am. So I am very thankful, even though I may not be exactly where I need to be, but I'm going to go where my mind is telling me, hey, this is where we need to go. Because again, I used to buy bottles all the time. I'm not
She
gonna
was
lie,
popping bottles, y'all.
popping
She
bottles like I got money like that, and I know, and I'm not.
she was sharing with nobody. She just said she was popping them.
And still would go out. Okay, so now I drink way less. I'm in my own place, no longer living with that relative. I'm in my own place. And now the energy that I took myself from, I'm not doing those same things anymore. Because it was my certain environment. And I can't blame the people that I was around. It just was the environment.
It
And it
was easy.
made my mind think in a way to do certain things.
It was easy
And I'm
to
not
stay
doing
in it. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yep.
now I'm like, going out all the time is not important. Drinking all the time is not important. Goals in elevation, in getting to a point in my life where I'm comfortable and I'm happy.
Hmm.
People around me are naturally happy and positive people. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at in life. So, growth comes slowly. It took me a while because I'm not a young chicken. Football? I'm
What?
definitely not. I
What?
am not young. Okay,
You
you know what?
are right here in your
I
heart.
am I am 41. I'm gonna put it out there, okay?
Yes, yes. The generational gap has been identified. Satar's
41.
41 and I'm 54. What? I think we look pretty good. Okay.
We look damn good, honey. We look very, very, very youthful. They say black don't crack.
Hey, unless you smoke it. That's what I heard. I don't know.
That's
Don't come
so
on the
strong
call. I heard that
possibility.
on
I don't
the
know.
internet. I heard that on the internet.
Oh, okay. I got you. I
I
got
didn't
you.
make it up. I did not make that up.
I got you. Yeah, and I don't know. It's just that sometimes too, when you meet people, they can bring you to a level that you couldn't even imagine that you could be on, or even think about things that you bring thoughts into your mind that you never would have thought of on your own. And it's good people like Montgomery that I met. Like I told you guys before, our energy is super dope, and we're here now. We spoke about something, and we're here. That's the type of people that you need to be around, that will take what you say out your mouth and be like, let's make it real. All right, now we're on the same page. Now we're growing. This is growth. You see growth right here.
Yes, growth. So, on that note, with our growth, we want to thank all of you once again for tuning in. Happy New Year. We wish you guys
Happy New Year.
should all the acquaintance. Okay, I might be dating myself. But anywho, was oh, they sing it well. Okay,
I'm
so
glad you tuned in, you guys.
yes, yes, please have a very safe
Safe.
2023 New Year's Eve. Be safe out there because we want y'all back here next week for Satarra and Montgomery. Bitch, what?
Bitch,
Podcast.
what?
Yes. Don't forget to please follow, like, share, comment on our pages. We are on Facebook. Our Facebook page is BW Satarra. And you can see how it's spelled right there on the screen. Montgomery, mine too. For Facebook, IG, and YouTube. So we will be posting videos on both platforms. Plus, there's other content, y'all. We drop other content, not just these weekly videos. So you guys can kind of get to know us a little bit and our personalities with the other content that we drop. So please join us. Join us.
Join us.
Get in on the ground floor, y'all.
Bye.